Good morning. So I am Jenny, if you haven't met me, and this space, this integrated wellness with Jenny, this is the culmination of everything that I have learned and have desired to learn up to this point. And you may have noticed that this page has been in existence for a while, but there has not been a lot of content, and there is actually a reason for that. And the reason has been that I have spent my entire adult life working in a very professional capacity. I've been working in healthcare. It's been a very buttoned up type of way of presenting to clients, to patients, to the world. And this idea that you need to have an appearance of being really professional to be trusted and taken seriously. And so in my desire to show up in a really polished and professional way, I have not been producing any content because when I am most connected to myself and connected to truth and connected to the universe, it's really early in the morning before the rest of my house is up, and I'm usually in my pajamas or in some sweats and just sitting with myself and really taking that time to show up for myself before showing up for other people. And that is when I typically feel most inspired and connected to truth and in a place of sharing that truth. And so I have been reluctant to share from that space because I want people to feel like they could connect with what I'm saying and that I have the knowledge and the certifications. And ultimately what I realized is that that's not actually true, that I need to show up and look a certain way to show up well for the people coming here. And that actually that was a potential barrier in the way that I was showing up for people in the past, and not so much a self-inflicted barrier, but a barrier of the systems I was working in, this idea that we need to be boundaried up and professional, and it created an unequal power dynamic. And when I could show up in my humanity and let those walls down is when I was really showing up well for my patients. And so this is me showing up not in a polished way, but just as the stripped down, most human version of myself. And here to share that I am gonna start showing up regularly and sharing what's on my heart and what's on my mind, because what's most important to me is not being professional, but sharing truth and sharing love and encouraging people to love each other and love themselves and show up well for themselves and each other. Because when we show up well for ourselves, when we really take care of not just our basic needs, but our emotional needs, then that allows us to show up well for everybody else. And when we don't show up well for ourselves, and when we put ourselves last and we put everybody else first, what we actually show up with is a lot of resentment, which doesn't get us where we want to be, and it's not particularly helpful to other people. And so I guess my hope for everyone today is that they could find a little time to show up for themselves and show up for themselves authentically, and to not feel like they need to look a certain way or speak a certain way or have a certain outfit to be taken seriously or to feel good about themselves. And yeah, and I'm excited to share with you all that I'm going to start hosting some Zoom yoga sessions start to share some yoga teachings, some meditation practices, and start sharing some general teachings. And I'm also going to be having some openings to take on some new clients and take them through an 8 to 10 week course of just really self-exploring and supplying tools to connect to self and to return to self and to recognize when that self is not in alignment and not showing up from a heart space. So learning how to connect with our hearts and show up from that space and how to return there when we're not there. It's really exciting work. It is work that I've done myself. It has transformed my life. I don't think I would be here in this capacity. I would probably still be working in corporate America had it not really opened me up and opened doors for me to get to a place where I could really tune in to what my heart desired and believe I was worthy of it, and then co-create and manifest that in my life. So sending you so much love today, hoping that your day is amazing. And if it's not, hoping that you know that you still matter and you're still worthy, and that there are people here who are holding and loving you even when you can't feel it, which is something that we can work on to be able to feel it. I used to struggle with that. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me. And this is me making a commitment to all of you to show up more regularly. And yeah, thank you so much for your attention and for being here and for anything that you're doing to show up for yourself. I appreciate that too. Have a wonderful day.